Welcome to Trivia Clips. Today, we dive into the dazzling, emotional, and electric world of the Killers. From neon-soaked Vegas roots to international stardom, their music mixes heartland grit with synth-pop shine. Do you really know their hits, their history, and the stories behind the songs? Let's find out. This is part 1 of our trivia challenge about the Killers. 1. What was the title of the Killers' debut album? A. Sam's Town. B. Hot Fuss. C. Day and Age. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: B. Hot Fuss was released in 2004 and launched the Killers into global fame. It featured hits like Mr. Brightside and Somebody Told Me. The album blended post-punk revival with synth-pop energy. Critics praised its catchy melodies and emotional depth. It quickly became a modern classic. It remains their most iconic release. 2. Which Killers song begins with, "Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine"? A. Somebody Told Me. B. Mr. Brightside. C. Read My Mind. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: B. Mr. Brightside. This line kicks off Mr. Brightside, one of their most beloved songs. It tells a story of jealousy and heartbreak. Brandon Flowers' dramatic delivery struck a chord with fans. The song became a cult anthem. It never left the UK charts for years. A true fan favorite. 3. Where is the Killers' hometown? A. Los Angeles. B. Las Vegas. C. New York City. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: B. Las Vegas. The Killers were formed in Las Vegas, Nevada. Their music often reflects the glitz and grit of the city. Las Vegas remains a core part of their identity. They're considered one of the most successful bands from the city. The desert backdrop shaped their sound. It gave their music a unique flair. 4. What is the name of the Killers' lead vocalist? A. Mark Stormer. B. Dave Kuning. C. Brandon Flowers. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: C. Brandon Flowers. Brandon Flowers is the charismatic frontman of the Killers. His vocals and style define the band's sound. He's known for his theatrical performances. Flowers also released solo albums. He brings emotion and drama to every track. His presence is key to their identity. 5. Which album includes the song When You Were Young? A. Sam's Town. B. Battleborn. C. Imploding the Mirage. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: A. Sam's Town. When You Were Young was the lead single from Sam's Town. Released in 2006, the album had a more American rock influence. The song was a big hit and showed their evolving style. It mixes heartland rock with synth elements. Fans loved its nostalgic tone. It marked a bold step for the band. 6. What theme often appears in the Killers' lyrics? A. Space travel. B. Gambling. C. Religion and identity. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: C. Religion and identity. The Killers often explore faith, doubt, and personal transformation. Brandon Flowers, raised Mormon, reflects on these themes. Their lyrics mix spiritual imagery with everyday struggles. This gives the band emotional depth. They tackle big questions in a poetic way. It's part of what makes their music resonate. 7. Which Killers track is known for the lyric, "Are we human or are we dancer"? A. Human. B. Spaceman. C. Bones. You have 5 seconds to think. Answer: A. Human is one of the band's most debated songs. The lyric puzzled fans and critics alike. It's inspired by a Hunter S. Thompson quote. Despite the confusion, it became a major hit. The track blends dance beats with philosophical lyrics. It shows their ability to take risks. Whew, that was intense. But don't stop now. Part 2 is where it gets even trickier. Let's go! Welcome back to Trivia Clips. We continue this duel between the White Stripes and the Black Keys. We already covered colors, origins, and Grammys. Now we go deeper. From media drama to studio evolution, how much do you know about their legacy? Turn it up. Here comes part 2 of this distorted trivia battle. 8. What relationship did Jack and Meg White pretend to have in public? They claimed to be siblings. In reality, they had been married, but claimed to be siblings to keep the focus on music. Jack believed it helped build the band's mystery. They avoided romantic or personal gestures in public. The story was believed for years until the truth came out. It was part of their calculated minimalist image, a strange move that fueled their legend. 9. Which band embraced commercial deals as part of their strategy? The Black Keys. They had no issue licensing their music to brands and media. They saw it as a legitimate way to make a living from their art. Songs like Gold on the Ceiling appeared everywhere. This helped them grow fast and stay relevant. Jack White disapproved of this model, but for them, it was a way to adapt to the business. 10. Who reportedly pulled their child from a school after learning the other musician enrolled theirs? Jack White. According to rumors, Jack withdrew his child after learning Dan Auerbach was enrolling his. It reflected the discomfort between them. Jack had called Dan a copycat in leaked emails. Though never confirmed, the story went viral. The public no longer saw it as just a musical rivalry. It was personal and deep. 11th. Which duo won several Grammys for their album El Camino? The Black Keys. That album marked the peak of their career. Lonely Boy was an instant hit. They won Best Rock Album and more at the 2013 Grammys. They became icons of modern rock. Their success drew more comparisons to Jack White. The rivalry gained weight thanks to those awards. 12th. Who collaborated with Beyoncé and Alicia Keys after disbanding their group? Jack White. After the White Stripes, Jack didn't stop. He worked with pop artists, scored films, and made experimental albums. His career was unpredictable but creative. Some called him a genius, others eccentric. He never stopped seeking new sounds. He always aimed beyond traditional rock. 13. Which band stayed together and kept releasing albums? The Black Keys. Though they took breaks, they never officially split. They kept recording and touring worldwide. They evolved while keeping their raw essence. This helped them stay relevant over time. Their consistency earned respect in the industry. They weren't fleeting. They were persistent. 14. What's the biggest lesson from their rivalry? That they pushed each other to be better. Jack White became more radical and protective of his legacy. The Black Keys worked harder to differentiate themselves. Both defined a modern era of rock. The conflict made them more creative and ambitious. Audiences got two incredible offerings. And garage rock lived a new golden age. That's a wrap on this distorted trivia battle. Whether you're Team White Stripes or Team Black Keys, one thing is clear. Garage rock wouldn't be the same without them. Comment your score, your favorite duo, and who you think really won this rivalry. See you in the next challenge.